Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a repair to a spark plug wire. Here's a boot. We have a burnt right there on the surface. It's not burnt through, but you could see that it was pretty hot. So that boot wasn't strong enough. So I went ahead and took it off. We're going to be replacing it with an original type boot. Here we have some Amazon purchases so I can match up the original boot, a Taylor brand. So these are not as long as the wire I need. So we're just going to go ahead and steal that boot. So we're gonna save the connector inside. That one's a fresh connector, and we're gonna use the boot. So we're gonna go ahead and take that connector off using this tool. You can use some needle nose pliers. All right, so what I did, I tucked on the wire. It's not gonna hurt the wire. It's only crimped onto the rubber part. So when you pull it hard enough, it is gonna come loose. You never want to pull at the wires when you change spark plugs. You pull at the head. So I did that and then took the connector off. There's the boot and there's the connector right up there. So I'm comparing the new wire. This is the new wire with the one that's currently on there. It's fairly new, maybe over a year old, but check this out. The brand new one, so much thicker. Look at that. So that is definitely an upgrade, a better wire, but that's not gonna work for me. It's not long enough. All right, this one's longer. It has to reach cylinder number 6, but we're gonna reuse this one because I need to make it reach, and the little one's not gonna cut it. So I'm gonna cut it at a little spot right there where it was crimped before, and cut some fresh wire. Make sure some fresh wire is sticking out. So hopefully it would be a little bit thicker once exposed. All right, so I lubricated this a little bit, and I ran it through the boot. So you're gonna do the same. You have to make sure you run it through the boot before you put the connector. All right, and it was pretty hard. It was difficult pulling it through that new boot. It was pretty tight. I did have to use my pliers and reach in there and pull the rest of it through the boot. And of course, it pinched the insulation there. So I should have just waited and cut it. But now I have to recut it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, here's a fresh cut. And you have to do it enough to where there's enough wire where you can bend it back and put it behind the black housing. So it's not like a regular wire crimping where you crimp on the wire. All right, right here when you're doing spark plug wire connectors, you put the connector on. It's not gonna sit straight like that. All right, that wire is gonna sit right behind the housing, and it'll sit on the connector. So there it is right there, bent back. That's how you're gonna put it. All right, so let's go ahead and squeeze this connector together. Just hug it up. We're gonna use those pliers right there to crimp it afterwards. So we squeezed it together. There it is. All right, you don't want to do too much. So you see the little rubber just sticking out of the connector right there. And now we're gonna go ahead and just crimp it little by little, one side then the other. So let's go ahead and do that. And as you're doing that, it might squeeze out and protrude a little. So you want to be able to squeeze it back into shape. I'm talking about side to side there. So it's not as difficult to go back into the boot. So we're just gonna squeeze it just a little bit right there. All right, that's good enough. All right, it's nice and strong. The wire's right behind the housing on the connector. I'm tugging at it, and it feels pretty good. So let's go ahead and put it in the boot. So it's already through the boot, but we're gonna put it back in the boot, and that alone is a struggle. All right, it's pretty hard right now. So we're gonna go ahead and add some dielectric grease. Okay, so try to make the job a little easier. So it's coming down, but it's still difficult. So here's the dielectric grease that we're using. Comes in handy for a lot of projects. So right here to hopefully help us out. So we're rubbing it on the wire. Go ahead and rub it on the wire on top of the boot. And it came down. But man, this thing was a pain in the butt. So once it's down, I'm using my pliers to just push it a little bit further down. As I do that, I'm gonna pull on the wire on the bottom of the boot. So push the head of that connector down. Make sure the head is facing at the right orientation. Right there, it's right where I want it, right on the bottom there. All right, let's try spark plug. Boom, clicked, and let's pop it off. Nice, I like the feel of that. So there we have it, a complete boot replacement. All right, so a whole set that's back together. So now we're gonna check out our manifold placement. That way I know where to route this wire. Here's my exhaust manifold, ram horn manifold, freshly jet coated. So it's called jet hot coating for heat resistance. So I'm gonna mock it up. That way I know the routing of these wires, and I did mock it up without bolts, just holding it in place. But if you see these bolts, they are so rusty. I did not want to put them through my freshly coated manifold. So I'm gonna wire brush them, and I'm gonna hit it with some high temperature paint. All right, so on the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed my video on repairing a spark plug wire or replacing a boot on your wires. In my case, I had a burnt boot, so I went ahead and did that repair. I do have a Taylor 8mm set for my HEI, a very expensive set, it seems like. I looked it up. Maybe I could buy a replacement. I couldn't just find the boot itself. I bought a little Amazon set of the same brand, 1 or 2 spare wires. So I went ahead and bought that. I robbed the boot off of that set and replaced that burnt up boot that I currently had. So the job itself is straightforward, but it could be time consuming. I cut down the insulation to expose some clean wire. A good crimp is necessary so that when you tug on it, it doesn't fall apart. If you're removing it to replace a spark plug, you don't want that happening. And some dielectric grease helped me to feed it through, but it was still a little fight there. So yeah, we got her done. We have a nice clean wire, complete set. Like I said, the wires themselves were expensive. They were kind of cut and fitted for my routing, and they were fairly new. So there you go. I just replaced the boot, and hopefully you guys could do it too. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit a like. Please subscribe so you can check out my other videos and any upcoming videos that I will be doing soon on the 66 Beach Cruiser, which is a ram horn manifold installation. They just got jet hot coated to dissipate some heat, hopefully help not burning up my spark plug wires. Some heat shields, factory to those small block Chevy 350s that I just put on there to help protect these wires. So I'll be doing a separate video on the heat shields themselves, and I'll be doing some upgrades like a alternator upgrade and some wiring. So go ahead and check that out. Subscribe, please, and I'll see you on the next one.